Hi, first graders. It is time again to look at your PAWS sort for the week. This week you are working on sort 26. And so it's going to feel out of order because you did 24 last week, but we are going to come back to sort 25. We're going to do that one next week. So this week we'll jump over to 26 and then come back to 25. So for your sort this week, what I did was I went ahead and cut the headings off of the title. I went ahead and pulled them off because I wanted to sort them different. I wanted to put ER and this EAR side by side because they're going to say the same sound. And then I wanted to put EER and this EAR together because they're also saying the same sound. So I just wanted to reorganize so that the sounds were together. So this week, I went ahead and highlighted a letter in each of the headings. So if you notice, all of your headings this week have an R in the heading. And so all of our words are going to have that in common. They're all going to have an R. And if you notice, the R is behind the vowel. And so that sometimes makes our R really bossy. So the vowels are going to say something different than they usually do, like we've been practicing with our bossy R words. So this heading ER and this heading EAR are both going to say like the rooster. ER and EAR. This EER and this EAR, so these are the same spelling, but they're going to sound different. These two are both going to say ear, like your ear on your face, like on your head. And the nice thing about this one is that the spelling matches the spelling of your actual ear. So that kind of helps to think about that if that helps you with your spelling. And then we do have an oddball group where we're going to put any words that are not making the sound that the others are making, or they look different. And then before we sort, one more thing, you are going to have some homophones this week. So when you have a homophone, that means that it sounds exactly the same, but it's spelled different and it means something different. So you have to be careful and make sure you use the right spelling so that your reader understands which meaning it is. So we'll look for those last. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I want to start looking at our words, and we're going to listen for or ear. Then I'm going to look to see, is it ER or is it EAR? Is it EER or is it EAR? And I'm going to sort based on how it looks. So 2 steps. There. Okay, so the first word I pulled, it's not saying either of the 2 sounds. It's saying air, but our sounds we're listening for are or ear. So this one already, first word, is an oddball. So I'm going to put there in the oddball group. Okay, term. Term is like a period of time. And so term, I'm hearing so I know it's on this side. And I also see that it's ER, so I'm going to move it here. Term. Learn, so I'm listening. EAR. Germ, I hear and I see ER. Clerk, I hear and I see ER. Near, I hear ear and I see EAR. So I'm going to move it over here to the ear side. Dear, I hear ear, EAR. Year, again, I'm hearing ear, EAR. Fern, back to so we're on this side again, and I see ER. So no A's. Perch, and it's ER. Peer, I hear ear and I see EER. Cheer, ear, EER. Clear, again, ear, but it has the A, E-A-R. Hear. Oh, I'm hearing ear. So that sounds like it's going to be on this side, but then when I look at it, I notice that it's not doing the E-E-R and it's not doing E-A-R either. So that tells me I need to move that one to the oddball because I need to remember it has the two E's like this group, but it's ordered differently. So I need to remember that. But luckily those two match. The two there and here look the same, but they don't sound the same. Heard, I hear E-R. Steer, I hear ear, E-E-R. Spear, ear, E-A-R. Hear, ear, E-A-R. Earth, E-A-R. Heard, I'm hearing so I know it's on the side, and then I see that A in there, E-A-R. Fear, I hear ear, and I see the little word ear, so it's on this side. Her, I hear and it's E-R. And then my last word is deer, and I hear ear, and I see that it's E-E-R. So a lot to think about. So now I want to kind of double check us. As I look at this first group, they all should have just the E-R. And they should all say So I'm just going to double check that that's what I hear. Term, germ, clerk, fern, perch, heard, and her. I think that they all look good and they all sound good. These three are going to have that E-A-R, but they're going to say Learn, earth, heard. Those three work. This group is going to have E-E-R, so I need to make sure they all look like that. And then they're all going to say ear. Peer, cheer, steer, and deer. That works. This E-A-R group, they're all going to say ear, but with the A in the middle. Near, dear, year, clear, spear, hear, fear. And then our two oddballs have that R in there, but it's not saying and it's not saying ear. Well, this one does. This one doesn't have this one. There is saying something completely different. Here is saying ear, but it doesn't match either of the spelling patterns. So those are kind of extra tricky. This one, it's not sounding the same or looking the same. And this one is not looking the same, but it sounds the same as the other group. So you have to make sure you get the right spelling. So the last thing I want to look at before we end is I want to look at some homophones. So we have quite a few this week. I have some little picture examples to help make sure you understand what they mean, the difference. So here are first two homophones. We have hear, H-E-A-R, and hear, H-E-R-E. So the oddball here. So they both sound exactly the same here, but they mean something different. So for the E-A-R one, I underlined that little word, ear, and I drew an ear because we hear with our ear. So when you're talking about hearing something, you need to remember to have the little word ear in it, E-A-R. The hear, H-E-R-E, is if you're telling someone a place. So I put a little X and an arrow, like right here, a place. So those two are homophones in your sort this week. Another homophone example is deer, D-E-A-R, and deer, D-E-E-R. So they sound exactly the same, but they're spelled different and they mean something completely different. So when we use D-E-A-R, we're talking about when we're greeting someone in a letter. So dear mom. D-E-E-R is when we're talking about the animal deer. So we have to make sure we spell it right so that it makes sense. And our last example of a homophone in our sort this week is heard, spelled H-E-A-R-D and H-E-R-D. So this heard here has that little word ear in it, but it's not saying ear, so I'm not even going to underline it. I just want you to notice in the spelling it's there. So I have my ear drawn again because I want you to notice that it's talking about hearing again, but it's the past tense. So right now I hear you. Yesterday I heard you. So you would spell it with the ear in there still, but you would say heard. So this one's when you already listened to something. Like yesterday, I heard my mom talking on the phone. So this is heard in the past. I hear but in the past. H-E-R-D, heard, is talking about a group of something, like a herd of sheep or a herd of deer. So it's a group. So just noticing that you have some of those homophones in there this week that look different, mean something different, but sound exactly like another word in your sort. So you have a lot to think about as you do your sort this week. Thank you for taking time to watch the video to learn a little bit more. Good luck, first grade.